In today's video, I'm going to show you some photographs taken from my laboratory, talk a little bit about them, and hopefully help form some images about some of the other things that I talk about in the other videos on my channel. Now, before we get into it, if you like videos that show you how to manage and do things with your soil to get the very best food that you can possibly grow, then do consider subscribing to the channel. And if you find this video useful, please give it a thumbs up. For now though, let's get stuck straight into it. Now, these pictures that I have pulled out are recent photographs of actual client soils that we've analysed. So they are real life samples of real things happening in real soil. And I've picked these particular photos not because they are so spectacular in their visual appearance, but more because I think they typify some of the principles and characteristics of the organisms that I talk about in my other videos. Some of them are visually quite impressive, I think, actually, but most importantly, I think they will allow you to kind of conjure up these organisms, these life forms that are in soil that are there to be harnessed and utilised to work for us. So without further ado, let's get stuck straight into the first image. And here it is. This image shows a few things actually. I suppose what sticks out most obviously is the strand of fungi. And the reason I particularly like this image is also next to the fungi is quite a large chunk of organic matter. The fungi itself is a beautiful kind of nut brownish hue, which means it's probably going to be a beneficial fungi. But what I really love is you can actually see the cell division of this multicellular organism. And that's kind of apparent by those dark blackish brown lines going across the straw-like structure. Which brings me on to fab photo number 2. Here we can see an even bigger strand of fungal hyphae. Again, it's got that similar light brownish color, but we can see the mycelium threads kind of growing out and branching off in amongst all the particles of soil. And I think this demonstrates how certain organisms can move through soil and also how they tend to congregate around organic matter, which is why it's so important to feed your soil, not just your plants. Now, photo 3, this is a really nice clear photograph of a higher trophic predator or organism called a Rotifer. I think it just is a lovely photo. It kind of very clearly shows the shape of the organism. Again, it's mixed in amongst organic matter, so really emphasizes the importance of feeding your soil. But I like this. It's kind of an organism out there on its own amidst the soil, and it's just a great photographic kind of outline of this little organism. Next up is my 4th photo. A lot sharper, really cool photo this. Again, what sticks out are the lightish brown clumps of organic matter, and this illustrates amazingly well how that organic matter really forms the starting block for other organisms to kind of live, function, and do things in the soil. And what we have going on here, this organic matter is absolutely swamped with a type of protozoa called ciliates, and also mixed up along this, you can see the straw-like shape just at the bottom of the clumps of organic matter. That's actually a small type of worm called a nematode. Different organism, very populous organism, lots and lots of different types of nematodes in existence. But I think, you know, with the presence of food, this shows that organisms will come. My fifth and final photograph, actually I think this is quite impressive. This is a photo absolutely stacked out with nematodes again, and these particular nematodes are bacterial feeding nematodes, but this photograph was actually taken from a sample of mushroom compost, and I just think this is a really cool photograph showing how soil at a microscopic or almost invisible level can contain millions and millions and millions of organisms. It can be an incredibly busy place, and all of these busy organisms, if we understand them, we can use them in ways which will help us grow things. These bacterial feeding nematodes will help to cycle more nutrients a lot faster within the soil. So it's more likely than not that these guys will have a beneficial effect for any plants that are grown in this particular compost. But just a great picture. So that wraps this video up, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it interesting. If you did, please give it a like, thumbs up. If you would like to see me do another video, perhaps with some different images or focusing on a different subject, do please let me know. Leave a comment below or shoot me an email. There's a link to that in the bio. But for today, let's leave it there, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.